Okay, everybody. I'm in the hospital right now. Say hi to my mom. But this is a question that came up from Lauren in Colorado. Just wanted to get some clarity on what an Abmat does and what the difference is between an Abmat and a crunch. So I've got this high-tech graphic here to help you understand. We all know that the spine has some natural curvature to it. So you've got the starting position of an Abmat sit up here. You can sort of see I've drawn an Abmat right here, and then you've got the finish position of an Abmat sit up, and you can see the directional movement here that I've drawn. And the idea of an Abmat sit up is that it puts us into that natural curvature, right? It puts us, as we're laying all the way back, it puts us into a very natural position with the back arched ever so slightly. And then the execution of the movement actually comes from tightening of the hip flexors. So the hip flexors are firing to lift our entire torso up to a seated position without flexing at the spine at all. And so in an Abmat sit-up, the abs are really used to resist force and fight against force, so that as we fire through the hips, we don't create this big rounded position. I'm going to ruin my picture here, but we don't create this big rounded position at the top of the rep. We go from that extended position, laying all the way on our back, to a finished position, sitting all the way upright, and we never lose that natural S curvature in the spine. And so it's just a different way of working the abs. In fact, it feels it's a little bit more like an L-sit, and in a very abstract way, it's even more like a squat, where the abs are used to keep the spine from moving, versus a crunch, where there's no Abmat, where we would lay back at the bottom of our position, and we would probably be in that same natural S curvature, but we're actually flexing the abs. So the hip flexors don't do work down here. The abs are flexing, and they're actually pulling the spine into a rounded position, which is why, generally speaking, we don't crunch all the way up. We sort of crunch our elbows, to around our quads. This is not drawn to scale, obviously. And so with a crunch, we are using our abs to generate force, and that force is going to round out the spine until we lay back down to a flat position. And with an Abmat sit-up, we're actually using our hip flexors to lift our entire torso up in one motion, and we never have that spine round out at all. So the abs are being used to resist force versus generate force. Obviously, the range of motion ends up being a little different, but that's the fundamental difference between the Abmat work that we're doing, the L-sit work that we're doing, even the front scales that we're doing, and crunches, tuck crunches, and movements in that genre of abdominal work. So let me know if you have questions. Hopefully this is helpful.